So yes, I know that you read the title. You can't afford to move to Florida anymore, and I'm going to tell you why right after this. So what's going on, everyone? My name is Andrew Pensch, and if you're looking for a channel that goes over everything about what it's like to live, play, eat, sleep, relocate here to the Florida East Coast, make sure to like this video, tap that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell because we'll be uploading every single week about what it's like living here and relocating to the Florida East Coast. Also, I am a realtor here on the East Coast of Florida, so if you have any questions or concerns or want to be represented by us when making that relocation here to the East Coast of Florida, make sure to give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. Our information will be right here on the screen, and let's go ahead and dive into the reason why you can't afford Florida anymore. So, property taxes, interest rates, purchase prices, insurance issues, HOA fees, hurricanes, sinkholes, and the fact that all of you watching want to move to Florida all makes this one big storm for affordability. And it didn't always used to be this way. Unfortunately, things have changed. So first, let's talk about the good old days. The fact that Florida used to be this affordable retirement haven. So Florida has long been a popular destination for retirees, primarily due to its climate and cost of living. So warm weather, affordable housing, and lower overall costs compared to many of the other states made it an attractive place to live post-retirement. So the state has no income tax, which appealed to both working individuals and retirees, and property taxes were relatively moderate compared to other states. And the state didn't tax Social Security or retirement income, which was a major plus for the older residents out there. Now let's talk the affordable housing. So for many years, Florida has had a reputation for affordable housing. The cost of homes and rent were significantly less than that in other popular coastal states, and the abundance of land and relatively low construction costs allowed for a wide range of affordable housing options. Now jumping into the cost of living. So other factors contributing to the affordability of Florida included the reasonable cost of groceries, utilities, transportation, and also of course healthcare, because that is definitely needed for our retirees moving to the state. These prices were often less than the national average, and the population in Florida was also less dense compared to today. So this lower demand contributed to the lower costs across housing, food, and general living expenses. And remember, this affordable pass is part of what made the recent increases of this cost of living so notable. So people have come to expect a certain level of affordability from Florida, and the rapid changes have been a surprise for many residents. So let's talk about the Florida's economic boom. So a few things happened. COVID shutdowns in blue states caused a fury of people to move to the free states like Florida. Good old DeSantis opened it right back up. The stressful environment caused some to retire early, and their main retirement destination, you guessed it, right here in the state of Florida. So remote work was also introduced, which contributed to an increase in Florida's population density, making it recently the 8th most densely populated state by a square mile, according to wisevoter.com. So increasing cost of living is another thing that we need to talk about here too. So record low interest rates jack the prices up, and everyone watching this video made it to where it's impossible for my friends to buy their starter homes. I've got a ton of people who are constantly hitting up that I went to high school with looking to shop for a home, but since Florida is such a cash heavy state for buying, prices are still climbing up regardless of the interest rates, making it impossible for, folks in their mid-20s to 30s to actually get ahead and be able to buy their first home. The buyer pool is still much larger than the supply that we have here too. Now let's talk about some of the HOA fees and the dirty truths behind that, and also insurance. You may think that moving to an HOA that includes everything could be a good thing until you realize that they pass everything down onto the buyers. So when labor costs increase, so does lawn care, pool maintenance, common ground maintenance, gate maintenance, everything else. And when labor and material costs go up, so do your assessments for new roofs and your assessments for new siding on the condos, renovations for your amenities, new paint, and more. And the increase in costs, it's paid for by you, the homeowner. So when insurance prices go up and you have a master insurance policy, you're still not safe. It's passed down to you. And speaking of insurance, let's dive a little bit into that a little bit more. So now let's kind of peel open the hidden facts about insurance costs here too. So according to the Insurance Information Institute, Florida homeowners are expected to see property insurance rates increase by at least 40% here in 2023. The current average property insurance premium for Florida homeowners is $4,231 a year, which is nearly triple the average cost of insurance in the nation of $1,544. And many insurance companies have left the state of Florida. They have fled and have no longer any interest to insure any houses within the state of Florida due to the high costs, leading to increased pressure on state-backed Citizens Property Insurance Corporation, which is expected to hit a record number of 2 million policies in 2023. So most think it's caused by insurance or hurricane damage, but there's a lot more to it than that. So let's take a little bit to dive into why your insurance prices are creeping up, other than the fact that we've had some recent storms here in the state of Florida. So first one's going to be roofing fraud. So roofing salespeople will go door to door stating that they can replace your roof for free. Sounds enticing and great to the homeowner, but little do they know that the dirty secret, which is actually happening, is going to make their increases or their insurance increases go up for the entire neighborhood. So first what they do is they find damage that they then use to file a claim. They then use that claim to get approval to replace your roof for a fee, and that fee is usually inflated much higher than what it would have been for the homeowner to pay for it out of pocket. So the fee becomes inflated, and that is passed on to your insurance company. So let's just use this for an example. Let's say that you call my buddy Stacy with Native Roofing Solutions. He tells you it's $15,000 to replace a roof, but you recently had a roofing salesman with another company knock on your door telling you that they can do it for free. Little do you know that they are actually charging that insurance company possibly $30,000, $40,000 for the same roof that Stacy would have put it on for $15,000. Now this inflated cost is being passed on to the insurance company, which then needs to bill you a higher insurance rate year over year to help recoup the cost of these inflated prices that they're constantly having to dish out for you and all of your neighbors. I'm sure if you ever driven through an older, let's say like 2000 to 2004 neighborhood, and you notice that all of them have brand new roofs, I guarantee you this is the result of a lot of that with the free replacements that they were able to get from their insurance company. I am a believer in taking a certain amount of money out per month set aside, or just have an emergency fund. Have a $20,000 emergency fund just in case you have this happen to you. Don't try to file a claim for insurance whenever there's nothing that significantly happened other than normal wear and tear to your roof. Now there's another little fraudulent thing that's going on here, but this is not happening on the east coast of Florida. This is more so on the west coast, and these are fraudulent sinkhole claims. So Florida has experienced a significant and unexplained rise in sinkhole claims over the years, with costs doubling from $209 million in 2006 to $406 million in 2009. I know those are old numbers, but that's what I could find. Some insurance providers suspect that fraudulent claims are behind this increase. They're calling the insurance adjusters over to inspect minor damage. I mean, really. And a lot of these insurance adjusters are overinflating the cost of what this minor damage may be and getting the homeowners a lot more money than what is needed to replace, maybe the repair the damage from this sinkhole that happened. That's becoming quite a popular thing to do. I think it was more popular back in the 2004 or 2006 to 2009 era, but just realize that increase in pricing still has to be drawn out onto you here in the most recent years. Now, let me use myself as an example for insurance increases. So my insurance bill went from $1,300 a year to $2,400 a year, and that's an increase of 84%. Now, mind you, I live in a concrete block home built in 2017. I am not in a flood zone, meaning my roof is only 6 years old. We have had no major storms since it was built. I do not live in a major flood zone, and my house was built to the most current building codes. Just as an example. more than doubled there. So now let's kind of go into property taxes. I have a couple examples for you there too. So most residents have a homestead exemption and are covered by the Save Our Homes Act. So when a property changes hands, that property is then reassessed at a new rate, which can be much higher in most cases. So what I hear a lot about, from clients who call me is, what are the property taxes on this particular property? Oh, I went on Zillow. Why were the property taxes so much higher than this property in the same neighborhood? Let me explain that just a little bit. So here in the state of Florida, we have what's called the Save Our Homes Act, which prevents property taxes from increasing more than 3% year over year on homesteaded properties. Now, homesteaded properties, you file that with the county or with the state. That is whenever it is your primary residence. You live there year round. This is your homestead. So with homestead exemption, they take off $50,000 of the taxable value of the home, and you cannot increase more than 3% year over year. Now, the reason why you found one house in one particular neighborhood that has a super low tax rate or property taxes, and then there is a one across the street that is very, very high, could be the fact that this person is the original owner of the home and has had that 3% cap for many, many years, compounded onto what could have happened over here, where across the street, if they just recently sold in the last 2 or 3 years, that property was then reassessed at a new taxable rate. It did not apply because after it changes hands, it is reassessed, and that is the way it works. So you could have one person paying $4,000 to $5,000 a year in property taxes, while the person across the street is only paying $800 to $1,000. So for example, we have one in my neighborhood. This is 1281 Scarlet Oak Circle, which was purchased in 2021 with taxes at $145 a year due to disability and homestead exemption. The property was then reassessed, and now the homeowners are paying $4,930, and that's with homestead exemption. That's with the $50,000 of the taxable value being taken off with that homestead exemption. It is no secret that Florida is still on fire. I'm dealing with it constantly. We're having lowball offers from some of my clients, and they're just not getting accepted. The ones who want to actually move here are making aggressive offers and actually being able to move here, while the ones who are doing lowballs, they're not getting anything accepted, and it's just honestly a waste of everyone's time. So median sales prices are still up 8% in my county. New listings have plummeted 33%, leaving more competition for homes. The buyer pool is increasing, and when you move here, make a plan. So make sure you use a realtor that will tell you all of the ugly details, because I will break everything like that down for you. And for more information too, make sure to visit our website at www.fleastcoast.com, and feel free to contact me. My information is going to be here on the screen. I am here to help you navigate this storm of Florida's real estate. Again, just thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video helpful. And don't forget to hit the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, this is Andrew Pensch signing off, and I'll see you next week. Bye.